Hi YouTube, this is Britt from Readings by B. This is my first video I'm putting out. I've been reading cards professionally for just under a year. I've been drawn to come to YouTube. I have no idea why. Spirit keeps showing me the way here. So I feel like there's stuff I need to share. I feel like there's people I need to connect with. I think there's things I need to learn through you guys. So here I am, and hopefully we connect and share some cool ass things in this crazy ass world that's going on right now. So the first reading I decided to do is a pick a card reading. They're my favorite types of readings to watch on YouTube, or to do with friends. They're just so much fun. I also pulled a card for Gaia, or the goddess, because I feel like right now she needs a card too, and she's got a lot to say. So I'll start off with that. So we have group 1, group 2, and group 3. I'll put the timestamps below, so if you want to skip ahead to your group, you can go ahead. And yeah, let's do it up. All right, so let's start off with our Gaia card up here. Obviously I'm a crystal freak. So we have a nice big rhodonite, the heart healer for the Gaia card. So what does Gaia want us to know today? Ooh, we've got the Magician, and we've got the Golden Palace card. Very interesting. So I feel like for September, Gaia is really talking to us about our resources, spending. I love how the cheetah has both hands on the pentacle and he's looking away towards something else. And I feel like this is very symbolic of our consumerism right now. You know, we're all spend, but we're not even looking. And it's so easy with cards. We just ching, 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 ching. Right now we even have it on our phones, right? Apple Pay. I don't even know what Google Pay is. I can't even get it working on my phone. I don't know. I'm like a 70-year-old with technology. But I feel like right now, we're just not looking at the right resources, especially with the discussions coming up right now about the environment. You know, how can we combat climate change? Excuse me. And we need to access all of our different resources, not just focus on one, which is very interesting. The Golden Palace card for September, I feel like we have a lot of, can I pick it up? Roots coming up. So we have the Golden Palace up here, but it's actually within this giant bubble. I feel like some of us are living like that right now. We have all of this underneath us, and we haven't even explored it because we're stuck in our little bubble up here in the Golden Palace, where everything is pristine, everything is shiny, nothing gets messy. But if nothing gets messy and nothing gets dirty, that's how we get sick. We forget that, you know, kids need to play in the dirt. That's how you get immunity. And we haven't been doing that for the past while, and we lost that connection. We're just sitting up here in our Golden Palace. What we need to do is, what she's saying is, use all of our resources. So it's okay to have our Golden Palace, but we need to dig down deeper and get into the nitty-gritty here to find that connection so that we can actually save the planet and save ourselves. So that's a very cool message. I like that. All right, so group number 1. So first one here we have is the Smoky Quartz. So right away I feel like for September, group number 1, you guys are going to have to do a little bit of grounding. You just have like a lot of ideas. You have a lot of choices to make in the next couple of months. Yeah, your head's feeling very up in the air. So let's see what you have card-wise. Yeah, it's very interesting. Some people ask me if I read reversals. It depends on the deck. So if the tarot deck isn't meant to be read reverse, then I don't. And this one isn't. This is also the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. It's such a pretty deck. And then for the Oracle deck, I'm using the Enchanted Map Oracle. Very cool. All right, so for group number 1, September, I feel like you're going to have a very creative month. You have some ideas flowing that you haven't yet put into motion. Coming up with the world beside it, I feel like this is a time that you are supposed to be completing things. But you feel like you're kind of stuck on a step here. The Nine of Wands is all about, you know, step by step, getting where you need to go. But sometimes people get stuck on a step and then they kind of freeze. And I feel like this has to do with protecting your treasure as well. It's almost like you have your little treasure box here. This is a cute card, protecting your treasure. So it's almost like you're stuck on that step in the Nine of Wands because you want to open your treasure chest and you want to see what's in there and you want to use what's in there because you have so many great gifts to offer the world, but you're scared. So you're kind of frozen. But that's okay. It's funny that I said you needed to get grounded because you have a clarifying card for the world is Compass. So this means you kind of have quite a few different directions you can go in right now, which is amazing. You know, when someone has to pick between two different partners, they're like, oh my gosh, lucky you, you know, it'll be sarcastic, but it's actually, it can be even worse. It's confusing. If you're jumping off a cliff and you have a whole sky to fly to and you have no idea where to go. The Bone Collector card is telling you to trust your intuition on this one. The Bone Collector. This is probably one of the most interesting cards in this deck because there's so much to look at. You know, she's holding a peacock feather. I feel like it's the opposite of letting pride get in your way. It's almost like you're not prideful enough of what you have. You don't feel worthy enough. And it's time to let that show. With the Daughter of Cups, this is where I was talking about the creative energy coming in. You have a lot of ideas. You know, you're swimming around in your ocean of emotion and you have so much to share. You have a lot to get off your chest. But the Daughter of Cups can be a little shy about it, you know. She might not put it into action. But the Bone Collector is saying, you know, bring out that peacock side of you. People need to see that. They're not going to judge you for it. You're judging yourself for it. So don't worry about it. The Bone Collector also, I always like to look at the clock on here. So this is about divine timing. So I feel like you've been waiting. And that happens a lot with the Nine of Wands when you get stuck on a step and you're just kind of sitting there and you're like, okay, well, I'll wait for something to happen since I'm too scared to take the next step. And this is saying, you don't have to wait. You should still be working on yourself, but there is a divine timing issue, that there is another external piece that is moving that you don't have control over. And the time on here says 10 and 2, if that resonates with anybody. Very cool. So I feel like for group 1, you know, you're in between cycles right now. Definitely, if you have a creative idea, you don't have to move on it right away, but think about how you're going to get off that step. Interesting, we have the bunny too. They're saying, just jump, you'll be fine. And it's okay to protect your treasure. You know, this is a good thing at the same time because you don't know who else can be trying to take your treasure. Especially if it's a very unique idea, you know, you can keep it to yourself, you know, talk to a couple of friends about it. But don't judge yourself for being so, like, don't be so hard on yourself. You don't have to be. But I feel like something is coming to completion here too. I'm just going to pull another card for that one. Because I feel like when the World card comes up, you're just completing. There's another lesson here. Slow and steady. Yeah. So again, on the steps, don't judge yourself for being on one step for quite a while. Some people can't even find the staircase. So don't worry about it. You know, just one step at a time and you'll be good. Cool. Very nice for September group number 1. All right. So we have group number 2, which is the Rainbow Moonstone. So this tells me that you guys are probably dealing with some more internal things this month coming up. Might be a little emotional. I feel like there's a truth coming to you guys. Let's see what's up. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Details. Okay, so the first overall energy is the 3 of Swords, which is the Heartbreak card. This is also a card of feeling very stagnant and stuck. It's almost like your heart gets wrapped up in all of these cords. Oh, yeah, you're feeling really stuck. If this has to do with love, they're saying there's encouragement coming. Whether you're not getting this from the person who broke your heart, or if you broke your heart yourself, you know, you need to give yourself encouragement too. Kind of like group 1, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, we all had quite a very heavy summer. I know it's supposed to be the sunny side of the year. But yeah, I feel like you guys had kind of a rough summer, and you're looking at wintertime kind of in a little bit of a shadowy area, which is okay, because, you know, we need to look at the light, but we also need to work with our shadows. It can be something that's good for us. The Daughter of Wands coming up beside it means that you're going through a transformation right now. So no wonder things are a little bit scattered. You're definitely in your ocean of emotion right now. I love this card though, because, you know, the wand that the snake has here has blooms on it. So it means that there's hope. There's encouragement. I feel like there's a truth coming for you this month. Especially with the snake too. It might be your own truth. You know, you're going to learn how to shed your skin. Whatever this heartbreak was, I feel like it really taught you something about yourself. You're going to gain a new perspective. It's almost like, yeah, with the encouragement card, it's not like someone is coming in to give you encouragement. It's like you're giving yourself encouragement. Same thing with the rescue card. You know, you're here to rescue yourself. I love that card. That's so cool. And it's interesting because it's like a floating piece of earth. So I feel like right now, you're not very grounded, but it's okay, because you're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to have a firm foundation right now, and it's okay. Very interesting. With the hot air balloon there too, I feel like you have a lot of exploring to do. Whatever was holding you back here, I feel like this went on for quite a chunk of time, and it's not just one ribbon around, you know, it's quite a few. This is a pattern, and I feel like you broke it. As painful as it was, I feel like you did. The Father of Wands coming in. I love this card. I can't remember what book I read it in, but it's like the cult leader card. It's about owning your truth, showing your authentic side, you know, that attractive person. They get what they want, but not because they're manipulative about it. It's because it's like the law of attraction. What they give comes back. And it's like a progression of this card, right? So you're going through the transformation right now so that you can get to this place where you hold your wand and you're like, yeah, this is me. And you know what? You can tell this person, or you don't even have to tell them, they'll see it. Whatever broke your heart, they'll see it. Thank you. Thank you, person, for making me realize who I actually am. There's a blessing there. Interesting. Details. I love this card. It's very cool. And you can see in the magnifying glass it says clarity. There's a little mouse on top too. I feel like you're definitely going to be getting clarification on this situation, whether someone is going to give you the closure you need, whether you're going to be able to give the closure to yourself. But it's all in the details, you know, it's not about the big picture. You know, you got to look at the everyday little things. Yeah, that's it for you guys. So September, it might be a little bit of a harder month, you know, to navigate through this transition. Shedding skin isn't fun. It's itchy. It's uncomfortable. It's gross. You know, when you find a snake skin on the ground, you're like, ew, what in the hell is that? But it's natural. It's supposed to happen. And imagine how great you're going to feel afterwards. So I feel like coming into October, you're going to have a clearer view of what you want. You know, the snake don't play around. So you can ask for what you want and the universe will receive it and give it right back. Very cool. Very interesting. I'm sorry you had a tough summer. But I feel like it's kind of opposite, you know, coming into the winter time where you're supposed to be doing all the inner reflecting. Is it going to be a time for you to come out and actually show yourself off? You got some gifts you need to give there. Very cool. Good luck with that, group number 2. Okay, and finally, group number 3. So I also picked this. I don't look at the cards beforehand. Yeah, it's just wanted to do it on the spot. So you guys have the rose quartz. So I feel like this has to do with emotion. Rose quartz is also the heart chakra, so I feel like it's about your passion. It's about, there's like a spark there, an idea. So let's see what's going on for you guys. Ooh. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like for some of you, this has to do with a relationship, and for some of you, this has to do with career. So take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. So first of all, with the 4 of Swords, whatever you've been hacking away at, you just have to put your sword up and let your intuition do the work. You're putting in too much effort. You need to rest and relax. This is a card about control too. I feel like the pieces that you're trying to move in your giant life puzzle, the ones that you've got your hands on right now, aren't even your pieces to control, or they're not even pieces that are on the board yet. And you're reaching so far into the future and so far into the past, trying to switch things around where you need to be in the present. Just hang the swords up and go with the flow. You know, this is like a mini sun card in the middle of the lamb's head. Illumination and clarity. You're not going to get that from hacking your way through the forest. Sometimes you just need to sit there and let someone come in and, you know, take you out from above. The deep freeze card coming in underneath tells me you need to take a break. Whatever this challenge is that you've been trying to control, it's just been mentally exhausting you. The deep freeze is when spirit says, whoa, you know, it's kind of like they're cutting you off so that you can have a second to breathe and get your strength back. Because this lion here, he can't roar, he can't fight, he can't do anything because he's too tired. So definitely you need to take some time for yourself this month, group 3. And I get that. I feel that. Thank you, Spirit. But your external world here is this, what is that? Oh yeah, the 6 of Pentacles. So this is success. This is harvesting the seeds that you've been growing and sowing. And I feel like, you know, fall time, come October and November, this will be a time where this harvest will come to fruition. But for now, you just kind of have to sit back and let it grow. You know, a lot of people, you know, put in so much work and expect the reward to come right away. Well, you can't just plant the seeds and then a day later be like, where's my plants? Where's my corn? Where's all my harvest? It takes some time, and I feel like it's coming. But you've done the work. You've planted the seeds. So right now you're just doing extra work that you don't need to do. Like they say, when you stress about a situation, you're just putting yourself through it twice. A lot of the times what you're stressing about isn't even what's going to happen. It's just one scenario and multiple different scenarios that can happen based on many different choices and fates. And the Magic Stream card. So I feel like this is why they're asking you to relax right now, is because they're bringing in this water. You know, they're feeding your harvest. So don't worry about it. You don't have to go out there and prune every bush waiting. They got it. Same thing with the stork. I feel like there's a birth of something new coming October, November, but for September, relax. Very interesting. The Nine of Swords. This is the insecurity card. It's scary, I know. This probably came up because it's my stalker card and I picked group number 3. But yeah, here we go. So this is about using your swords again, but this tells me you were using your swords on yourself too, not just for external situations, but internally too. Every time, you know, something tried to come out, whether it was a truth, whether it was your authentic emotions, whether it was just your authentic self expressing yourself, and you try and cover it up, you know. This has like eyeballs and entrails coming out, and the sword's just piercing in. It's like every time something popped out, you're like, nope, nope, no one's gonna see that. No one's gonna know I'm hurting. No one's gonna know this. And again, this is why you got to put the swords up. It helps you and it helps your situation too. Because while you're in this energy, anything that you're attracting is going to be in lack. Because this is a card of lack. I'm not enough. I don't have enough. I can't show that part of myself. And it's interesting that it comes up with the Coming Together card. So I feel like as you put your swords down, things are going to come together for you. You don't have to hold on to every puzzle piece when you can just rise above and look at the puzzle from the top and watch the pieces move themselves. And you're like, it can't be that simple. It can be. I'm a control freak. I get it. This is a control card as well, you know. Group number 3. You just got to sit back and relax and go with the flow. And you'll be amazed at what you learn about yourself. And about other people too. Because the less you try and control the situation, the more you'll realize you don't have to. Very interesting. I'm going to pull you guys one more card. For me too. Ooh, cards jumping everywhere. I just want to know, what harvest are we bringing here? Unexpected visitors. Something you do not think can happen. It's making the impossible possible. But it's something that you want to happen so badly that you can't keep your hands off it. And they're just saying, stop it, stop it, stop it. It's coming. Don't worry. But, you know, it won't be as surprising. It won't be that grand factor that you're looking for if you don't keep meddling with it and yourself. Very cool. I'm excited to see what this is. All right, guys. So thank you for watching. Yeah, and we'll see you next time. Bye.